What is up, enthusiasts? It is Cedar Flags here, and welcome back to another one of my videos. So, back in the early 2000s, popular roller coaster designer Vekoma designed a brand new concept for a roller coaster that would definitely be more unique than others. It was in a response of a B&M dive coaster, a coaster that would hang you 90 degrees and then release you after a few seconds. But Vekoma had a whole new dimension to what they were doing. As opposed to the car moving down the track moved itself. This was the tilt coaster, as it would later be called. And obviously, it was designed to be a more thrilling alternative to the dive coasters of the 90s. But 2002 brought the first one of these ever, with Gravity Max at Discovery World in Taiwan. It would have the signature tilt element and then a pretty lackluster layout afterwards. But the point is, it had a very cool gimmick. This was left as the only tilt coaster for 2 whole decades, but all of a sudden in the early 2020s, they are starting to come back. We are going to talk about why the tilt coaster is coming back better than ever, talk about the changes they are doing with the new version, and talk about where a tilt coaster could go. This is Cedar Flags, and today we are going to be talking about why the tilt coaster is coming back. Back in the early 2000s when this ride came out, it was nowhere near as popular as Vekoma wanted it to be. That was before the age of social media, and I completely put all responsibility on this ride's comeback on the internet. Though the internet was around in 2002, social media was a lot less popular, and in the late 2000s and the early 2010s, social media started exploding, and one of the roller coasters that appeared a lot on people's pages was Gravity Max. To say the least, nearly a decade after this roller coaster came out, the tilt coaster went viral. Look at the theme park review vid of Gravity Max. This video has over 22 million views, and whether it be a roller coaster enthusiast channel you're watching or a channel from the general public that's talking about roller coasters, they're probably going to put this in the top 10 most gimmicky and scariest roller coasters on the planet. So why is it all of a sudden getting all this attention? Well, I mean, just look at it. Reason number one, it's extremely eye-catching, and that comes for some really good clickbait. Let's say anyone looks at a coaster like that, they want to click on the video. I want to click on the video. It looks like a very interesting concept, especially for the uninitiated. Number two, this whole gimmick might be very scary to some, whether it be general public or coaster enthusiasts alike. And of course, for reason number three, this is very unique. I mean, it is one of a kind for a little longer. I also think another reason that this roller coaster went viral around this time, this ride was on Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. So I remember being a kid playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, building a coaster like this, and then looking on YouTube, and, well, look what you have there. Gravity Max is a real version of this. So why did it take so long after it got viral for the roller coaster to come back? I mean, I would say it went viral around 2009, 2010, so why is it taking so long? By the early 2010s, when YouTube got really popular and many people were looking at Gravity Max and wanting a new version, well, these loopers just didn't stand the test of time. When you see some manufacturers like Intamin and B&M making much greater rides in the 2000s, you could see Vekoma definitely stepped behind. They came up with a new track and a new style, and this is what we call modern day Vekoma. So now Vekoma is up to date and almost as innovative as some of the biggest manufacturers out there. People want Vekoma coasters, and the need for tilt coasters is still there. So, Vekoma decided to combine the two, and voila, we have a viral sensation mixed with an elite layout. The Vekoma tilt coaster then was just gimmicky. Now it is gimmicky and thrilling. So, in the next part of the video, we are going to be talking about the amusement parks that are currently getting tilt coasters, and some amusement parks I could see getting tilt coasters in the near future. So, like I said, there are none of these newer tilt coasters built yet, but there are currently 3 under construction. The first one I want to talk about is Iron Rattler at Six Flags Qiddiya. This park is supposed to be set in the future, and I think that this is going to be a great addition, assuming that this park is not downgraded. The second one is going to Energylandia. Now, surprisingly, even though it is a very popular park, we do not know a lot about this roller coaster yet. All we know is that it's going to be a modern Vekoma tilt, and they have named some elements that are going to be on the ride. This is going to be known as Circuit Breaker at the Circuit of the Americas racetrack. This will actually be the first modern thrilling Vekoma in the United States, and I think it is going to be a very eye-catching coaster and maybe intrigue other American manufacturing parks to make a roller coaster like this. And to say the least, there are so many benefits in buying a Tilt Coaster. First of all, obviously, it's extremely innovative, and second of all, it is extremely cheap for a coaster of this size. Look at some of the major coasters out there around the same size by Intamin, B&M, and Mack Rides. These rides will go up to $25 or even $30 million, but a ride like this will only cost you $10 to $15 million. And seeing that Gravity Max went viral, I could not doubt that this roller coaster is going to go viral as well. So let's name some parks that I could see in the future getting this edition. Anyways, the first one is Magic Land in Rome, also known as Rainbow Magic Land. This amusement park in Italy has been building many attractions in the past decade, but they are making their biggest expansion ever in 2024. They say that it's going to be steel and a sit-down coaster, and it is supposed to be thrilling. Also, there is a heavy rumor that they are working with Vekoma. And to make that even clearer, they have worked with Vekoma before, and they have a massive amount of land that is cleared. Next, I want to talk about the Fun Spot parks. Now, I've talked about Fun Spot getting a tilt coaster before, but I really think that it might happen in the near future. I mean, look at Fun Spot. They love to build very innovative coasters. Look at rides like Mind Blower and Airy Force 1. Now, look at their relationship with Vekoma as well, and a ride like Freedom Flyer. I would say that Fun Spot Atlanta would be the most likely to get this, but I could also see Fun Spot Orlando getting it too. Now, this might come as a little bit of a surprise. I want to talk about Universal Parks. Now, like the other parks that I just talked about, Universal has worked with Vekoma in the past, and they have still worked with Vekoma in the past few years. So, let's talk about the possibility that they could be getting one of these. Universal has been focusing a lot on roller coasters lately, and I think a tilt coaster would add a lot to a theme, and with that theme you would have the thrill that Universal promises. You could even make it a smaller tilt coaster, or you can make it a full-fledged 90-degree, 150-foot tall Scream Machine. The next park is Kentucky Kingdom. Herschend owns Kentucky Kingdom now, and to say the least, they work a lot with Vekoma. Look at rides like Dragon Flyer and Big Bear Mountain at Dollywood that were just added in the past few years. Could this be a sign that more Vekomas are coming soon? The reason I pick Kentucky Kingdom is because they have a lot of airtime and fast-paced filled rides, and they have a lot of empty land behind rides like T3 and the Rapids ride, which are set to be expanded in the near future. The final park I want to predict is just another wildcard pick. It is Hershey Park. Now, this park really needs no introduction, but one of the main reasons that I added this park is because, to say the least, I honestly think they're starting to run out of ideas. I think their creativity is still in their full swing, but at the same time, I mean, what are they going to add after a ride like Wildcats Revenge? You have a great launch coaster within Storm Runner, you have incredible airtime machines, you have a spinning coaster, you have coasters that go forwards and backwards, and you have great theming. So, what is next? I would say a tilt coaster would be a great option. Anyways, let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know what you think is going to happen to the tilt coaster, and let me know your thoughts on the tilt coaster going viral. Do you want to get on one of these? If you haven't already, give this video a like, a comment, and maybe subscribe. If you want to even more, click a link in the description to check out my social media and my merch store. Anyways, until next time, this is Cedar Flags, and I'll see you all later.